Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another book review. Should I say it again? I feel like I say it in every video. This week, in case you haven't guessed from the thumbnail, I wanted to share with you my thoughts on A Girl Made of Air by Nydia Hetherington. Now, it could be Nadia. Apologies if it is. Really should have done my research before I started filming. This is actually a debut novel, and if you saw my most anticipated autumn releases, you would have seen this book appeared on there. I had read a bit about it. For me, it had quite a lot of Night Circus vibes. I really enjoyed the Night Circus. It's one of those stories that has kind of stayed with me. And so when I read the blurb of A Girl Made of Air, which I read on my Kindle, I thought, yeah, you know what, I want to give that a read. I want to see if that gives me those same kind of feelings that I was getting from Night Circus. I've got to say up front, it took me a while to get into this book, and having read the reviews on Goodreads, it seems as though that's quite common. I thought it was because I wasn't giving it a lot of my time at the start. I would dip in and out, I'd read maybe a chapter here and there. This is really a book that needs your attention. In order to get the most out of it, in order to really immerse yourself in the story, you need to give this some proper time. So the story is told through the eyes of the greatest funambulist, or tightrope walker to you and I, that ever lived. Mouse, as she is known. We never really know her real name, but Mouse was basically born into a post-war circus family. Her dad was a lion tamer, her mum swam with crocodiles in a tank. I'm not exactly sure what the proper name for that is. If anyone knows, let me know in the comments below. Mouse had a very tough life. She was very unloved, very neglected. Her main friend was a llama called Solomon, which is equally cute and devastating at the same time. That was her main friend until Serendipity Wilson came along. Now, this is a girl or woman who has the most amazing glowing orange hair, and she basically takes Mouse under her wing and teaches her how to walk the tightrope. The story is told through obviously the eyes of Mouse, but it's also told through letters, newspaper clippings, journals, memories, all gathered together for a New York journalist. Now, I say this every time, in every book review I do, there are no spoilers in any of my book reviews, so I'm not going to give anything away here. There is a huge amount that goes on in this book. If I was to tell you everything that went on, this video definitely wouldn't be bite-sized, that's for sure. The book is about the ugly side of the circus, the gritty side, and it's certainly not all magic, laughter, smiles, clowning around. The book does touch on a lot of sensitive subjects. So it covers the Holocaust, suicide, grief, depression, loss. I mean, the list goes on and on. But those topics are kind of peppered into the story. They're not this main focus. I mean, if you can't tell from what I've just said, this isn't really a light-hearted read. It is super fast-paced. I mean, if we were looking Sally Rooney, we've got her at one end with Conversations with Friends and Normal People, which pretty much nothing happens in my mind. Controversial, I know. And then you have this at the other end. This is so fast-paced. So much happens, one after another. It really does keep you on your toes. Like I said, for me, it was a bit of a slow start. I did think it was only me, and the way that I was reading it, I was just dipping in and out, where when actually I started to give it my full attention and a bit more time, I loved it. It's very captivating. The story sucks you in. It's immersive. The author, I'm going with author now because I'm not sure whether I'm pronouncing the author's name correctly or not. So it's better to be safe than sorry. So the author has such a beautiful way of writing. It's very spellbinding, it's very captivating, it's almost poetic at times. It's very detailed, very descriptive. If you like that kind of thing, this could be a book for you. I realise this won't be for everybody, and looking at the Goodreads reviews, that is how it's looking. Like I said at the start, I wasn't sure that this was actually going to be one for me. Despite putting it on my most anticipated autumn reads list, I was a bit like, oh god, have I fallen at the first hurdle? But no. Once I gave it the time it deserves, this was such a good read. And just like the Night Circus, it will be a story that stays with me for a while. So it's just come out. I believe it came out at the beginning of September. You can get it in hardback, you can get it as an ebook on your Kindle. I believe it's also available in an audiobook. I'm not sure who the narrator is, but I think this might be great as an audiobook. The paperback, I believe, is out next year, but believe me, you don't want to wait until next year to read this. Pick this up now, immerse yourself. This is escapism in a completely different way to what I'm used to. I escape a lot with chick lit. This definitely isn't that. This is very much fantasy, I guess you could say, and I definitely wouldn't class myself as a fantasy reader, but this was brilliant. Now, if you can't guess, I really enjoyed this book. Obviously, I've been raving about it for the last however many minutes. I'm gonna score A Girl Made of Air by Nydia Hetherington 9 out of 10. That is big. Now, at the beginning, I thought this might be a 6 out of 10. So it completely did a U-turn. Next up, I'm reading something a little bit different again. Now, this was a book that Michael bought me. I had heard nothing about it. It is from the guy from Very British Problems. He also has a massive Twitter presence, but basically this is Born to be Mild by Rob Temple and Adventures for the Anxious. If you're keen to see what I think of this book and you haven't already, please press subscribe, press the bell, and you'll be notified when I next upload a video. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you again back here next Sunday where I will have another book review for you. Have a good week, take care, bye!